I'm going to be honest with you guys, I suck at putting. From short to long putts, it's always been a weakness to my game. Under pressure, I'll turn into jelly and miss even the shortest of putts. Recently though, something's changed. Now, if you haven't guessed it already, I change putters a lot. I'm always looking for the freshest, newest piece of equipment to fix my putting, even though it's definitely just my putting stroke. Good idea? Definitely not. But the putter that I've been using for the last 2 weeks has shocked me. Welcome the Evanroll Zero for 2022, a brand new product by Evanroll, and wow, it is ugly. Now there is no escaping the design of this putter. It is extremely unorthodox, and all you Scotty Cameron, all you blade enthusiasts, may be looking at me when I offer you this and it chased me away in anger. But there is a method to my madness. The Evanroll Zero features 5 key technologies that basically lock the face to your target line. Wherever you're aiming, say goodbye to pulling and pushing your putts, because this will stop that. Now, there's no denying that this club is a very unorthodox design, but rather than this being a gimmick, like a random thing that they're doing just to get attention, there is technology behind it to actually back it up. It does look a little bit like a spaceship, but perimeter weighting, MOI, reasons behind that. We can see here we've got 4 bits of weighting all on the corners of the club head itself. Now, if you've looked into putter technology before, you've realized that is to increase the perimeter weighting and increase the MOI, the moment of inertia of the club, which means wherever you hit it across the club face, it should go as straight as possible. Nothing that revolutionary, but they've really gone all out in the design here, making it look like a spaceship, a very unorthodox design, to really just add on to that MOI. Now, this little hole here, right in the middle, you may think is just to pick up the golf ball, nothing else. And that is the case, you can pick up the golf ball, but it is to decrease the weight in the middle of the club head to again add towards that perimeter weighting. We've seen this before from an engineering point of view in, let's say, Cobra, when they use that 3D printed lattice. That's a really light structure. But what Evanroll have done here, they've literally just decreased the weight by taking it out the middle. The next and perhaps the most interesting point of technology in this putter is the face forward tech, and hence the name. You can see the face is extremely far forward where the shaft is itself. So when you put this club down, you can see you've already got a shaft lean without doing it yourself. The shaft is essentially at an angle before it comes to the hosel from the grip. This isn't anything new. I think we've seen this with Odyssey before with the backstrike, I think it's called, but that's more of a center shafted putter by memory. This one is actually slightly to the left, almost in the back left of the putter itself, which is very strange. I will say it takes a lot of getting used to when you actually first start using it, because it's almost like when you look down at it, it's not supposed to work. It's something that with so many different pieces of, let's say, you could say a gimmick, you may not look at it with that much confidence. But I do really think that forward face technology does work really well for getting it on your target line. By having the forward press already there, it makes it very easy just to hit a putt completely straight. One thing I've noticed is a real improvement with my putts dispersion. It's now just down to me to read the putts correctly. When I was at St Andrews, I did use this putter, and because I had a caddy reading all my putts for me, I was only missing by 1 or 2 inches. I wasn't 3-putting at all. We've also got this little gravity grip here that Evanroll say is supposed to help. I don't really think there's any sort of difference that I've noticed. It is a very strange grip, and you can actually see the shaft itself isn't in the center of it. It's just down to the right. That's part of the actual forward face technology itself. But I do think it is a strong grip. The only problem with this is it's not no such variation. You can't use your own grip, things like that. If you want a thin grip, if you want a pencil grip, it does limit it a little bit, but again, Evanroll say there's technology to back this up. The last pillar to all of this technology is the face itself, the grooves, which is sweep face technology. You're always going to have some technology involved in the face itself. This is actually the width of the grooves itself. They are different from the center of the club to actually the toe in the heel. So in terms of you hitting out the heel, out the toe, it's supposed to actually improve the roll. It's very difficult to test this out, but I've noticed a true roll kind of consistently for any type of putt. The big question is, does all this work? Does the 5 key pillars of technology with the Evanroll Zero work? It's a difficult question because it will vary from person to person, but what I have noticed in the few weeks of using it is a real improvement in the consistency of my putting. Yes, it's not going to make me like Tiger Woods or Rory McIlroy, but from, let's say, 20 foot and in, if I pick a target, I'm really confident that I'm going to hit it exactly there. If you're someone who struggles with short putts as well, that's one thing I've noticed. You're always going to get a lot of 3 to 4 foot putts in a round. Whether you're getting up and down, you've stuffed it for birdie, or if you've left your putt short or long, you're always going to get things like this. And they become a lot more daunting when you're playing a medal or a Stableford. I used to really struggle with them, but this putter, for a few reasons, has really helped me improve it. A lot of it's all mental as well, but this putter is very heavy. It's got a very heavy putter head itself, so it makes it quite difficult to detract from the natural arc that you're supposed to do. With the forward face technology as well, as long as you're not an idiot and aim on a certain line, you should, I can't guarantee it, but it should go where you want it to. As you can see there, nerve-wracking still because I've got two cameras on me, but one of those things is once you kind of get into the swing of it, as I have by playing St Andrews, Mannings Heath, by different Staplefords and competitions, they kind of feel like second nature now. This is a difficult 4-5 footer or so. It is about right edge, and previously I'd have a few things on my mind. I want to make sure I've got the read right, but I also want to make sure that I'm not going to push or pull it. I really do think this negates that worry. I'm never really concerned anymore that I'm going to push or pull a putt, especially from short distance. I think a lot of you guys watching this video will actually benefit from this putter itself. I don't usually say that because some people have different putting strokes, things like that, but from a lot of people I've played with, we do really struggle with those short putts from 20 foot and in. Let's say if you're pushing it, you're pulling it, we overread it, and then we just do the exact opposite of what we actually want to do. This putter will settle those nerves. It has for me, and it can for you. Trust me, I worry more than anyone itself from 20 foot and in. Now putting is something that I enjoy. Beforehand, I'd walk up to the green and I'd dread putting. Mentally, I was shot. Now when I use this putter for the last few weeks, I'm really confident. I'm looking forward to hitting those 15-foot putts a birdie or so. For the last few rounds, I'm actually thinking I'm going to hold them. It is a bit pricey. The RRP is £449, so it is that within the Scotty Cameron range, maybe even above that. So you're looking at that and you're almost shuddering, thinking, it doesn't feel as good, doesn't look as good, but I think you actually may putt better with it. Am I going to put it in my bag? Well, I've currently got the Odyssey Too Long Garage custom putter in my bag, which is meant for me. I'll put a little link for it here if you guys want to check that video out. It's meant for me, but I've been putting really well with this now, so it's definitely going to be considered in the next few weeks. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video today of this lovely little Evan-Roll Zero putter, a bit different to our usual reviews, but I think it was worth reviewing because you get a lot of gimmicks nowadays and this is exactly the opposite. This definitely works, so I think you guys should try it out. If you have any questions about this putter, let me know. It is a fascinating putter and I'm sure a lot of you guys want to try it out, so any questions, let me know. If you are new to Golf Magic, guys, smash that subscribe button down below as well. We've got tons of really fun videos coming up soon, the Open and a lot more. Make sure you're tuned in and you've got notifications on because we've got some fun content coming. I think it's about to rain, but I want to practice a little bit more with this putter. So I'm going to do that and I'll see you guys at the next video.